Film.
TV.
Film.
TV.
Film.
TV.
Film.
TV.
Hello! Hello, we're live! Hello! Hooray!
Hello! Hooray!
Hiya.
My hair was
Oh, I
all
thought
over
you were gonna
the shop then, wasn't it, darling? I'm
Yeah.
squeezing my charger together for dear life.
You're holding it now.
Charger. Sorry, just Danke, Jonathan, yes. I'm squeezing my laptop together for dear life because it's running out of power. And Rob Sedgbeer, is it? Sedgwick?
Sedgwick.
It should be you're right. It should be Sedgwick, and it's not.
It's not.
I think he's
Well,
being
it can be
awkward. He's
changed.
being unnecessarily awkward.
Anyway, sorry. Please do whatever you've got to do to open the show, but I just want to please do my charger for dear life.
Well, okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Do the Right Thing, Total Agony. I'm producer Ben,
Hi.
and with me, trying to do the right thing today, diagonally across from me, it's Michael Lake. To his side, it's Margaret Cavan-Smith, and diagonally across from her, that way, there, it's one and only Anna Mann. Hooray!
Hello. Cheers.
Danielle sends her loving kisses.
That looked horrible.
What did, darling?
Love
You're
and
pointing.
kisses.
Your
My
big
what?
arm.
My big arm?
Your,
Ugh. I know, I have got a huge arm. But they did come, they have been used to great effect in the past in Huge Arm, the movie. What? Sorry, I don't know who do I like? Who am I meant to be talking to? All of you at once. I can't register two faces at once.
Oh dear.
You're going to find that people will just talk randomly
Right.
throughout the next 3 hours.
Okay.
And if you find a gap, get in there, Anna.
All right, thank Fark. And if I start talking, can everyone shut up immediately? I don't know, is that too much? Thank you, Michael. Thank you. Someone's aware of how to behave on Zoom, Margaret. If this is Zoom, it's not.
It's not.
I don't know.
it's not.
Not even
Does that
Zoom.
hand look massive? It looks massive.
It does look massive. It's really massive. A massive hand.
When I saw it, do you think?
Do you have a tiny glass?
It looks like a trifle
It's
bowl.
a fucking thimble. That's all Sue will let me have. Oh, look at that beast. God, I could get some wine in there.
It's a vase of wine.
A vase. You know what? I'm so conscious of it. I'm going to have to drink it like this.
Well, that's very subtle.
What's that, my love?
Well, that's very subtle, so that'll be absolutely fine, and that's just well with that. Yeah. Let's not make Anna feel awkward, so yeah, can we all?
All right.
A couple of questions from the chat. Margaret, do you have a shopping list
Yeah.
written on your hand?
Oh, I knew someone would notice that. No, it says invoice, and then it says the 5.
Invoice the
So-
phone.
See, that's what it's like. That's what it's like working with Margaret.
Yes.
Even during the show, she reminds herself, as soon as this shit is over, I'm invoicing the cunt.
Invoice.
That's how
Invoice
she is.
5.
I
Is it
need
five,
payment.
5 brothers?
No, it's to 5 victims of
Invoice
Jack the
5
Ripper,
5
actually.
victims of what?
Jack the Ripper.
Oh, fuck. Oh, God.
I
Shit.
have to invoice them.
Oh, let
Are
them
they
rot, will you, Margaret? I know
are
they
they
owe you money, but let them rot.
Are they asking for compensation? That seems weird.
Is it because you mentioned them on something?
I gave
In
them
her
free
prayers.
advertising.
Right, well, not free, because now you're invoicing the poor dead fuckers. They were murdered, Margaret. Having a soul?
Yes, but you get much more.
Guide.
You get very famous if you're murdered.
Well,
I've been
yes,
trying.
I'm always trying to make it happen.
For you, Margaret.
It's hard
Yeah.
inside, isn't it? Unless you get Sue Clinch to do it.
What I try to do is get in on other people's murders. I don't, because obviously if I die, that's me. But what I try and do is try and sort of pretend I'm a psychic or something and try and solve stuff, anything.
Right.
Try and connect yourself to basically, you don't want to be the person who's murdered and you don't want to murder.
Sure.
But anything other than that, get in. And, it's worth at least an appearance on Casualty or something.
I've never had anything to do with a murder, and I feel like.
And you've never
I've
been a casualty.
lived.
I just thought
No.
you'd have them coming out your ears, Michael.
Right. I mean, don't I seem like the guy that should have been at least questioned a few times?
Certainly dressed like a reservoir dog.
To be fair, you did
Mom,
threaten me
big
with
finger up.
murder. The first thing
That
I said, the first thing you ever said to me was threaten me with murder.
Yeah.
Might be.
To be fair,
Right, but that was a threat. It didn't happen yet.
yes.
Because he's had so little murder in his life. He's desperate to get some.
Yeah.
Poor Michael.
Because Anna,
Michael,
you have lived. Anna, you've lived, right?
Well, apparently, yes.
Well, and I imagine murder has played a big part in your life.
Oh, fuck, yeah. Went out with a tough guy for a while called Frank. Was it Frank Fridge? Frank Fridge.
Yeah, Frank Fridge, yeah.
Frank Fridge.
Well, the East End's Frank Fridge.
What's that, darling?
The East End's Frank Fridge.
East End, Frankie the Fridge. Because if you muck around with him, he'd get you in a bloody fridge. And he'd shut the door, and he wouldn't open it for ages.
So he wouldn't murder you.
No.
Well, I mean, it depends how long that door's shut, you know?
Mm.
And then if you're lucky, he'll come out and he'll go, right, you're going to do that again? Whatever it was. You know, try and get in on our protection racket, for example. No, sir, I won't. It's freezing in there, you know? Good, he'd say. Do it again and you're dead.
He
Oh, that
sounds
is
like
great.
you.
Well, it wasn't. Let's just say the two have never been in the same place. Even when we were married.
Got a question on the chat. Anna, have you ever done a play about a murder?
Have I done a play about a murder? Yes, yeah. Well, I mean, Rogue Baker, obviously. All about the baker goes rogue. But we know all about that. Also, I did one called Rogue Thatcher, which was a sort of spin-off about a Thatcher. Not the Thatcher, but just someone who thatched, who just loses it and fucking kills everyone in the house. Awful.
Joe Sugg was a Thatcher.
Joe Sugg?
The YouTuber.
Is that Suggs? No. Is he related to
No. No.
Margaret, you're killing this improvisation. Just say yes. Just say yes. It doesn't matter where you go from there. Margaret, look, here we are in Africa. Oh, no, we're not, though. We're in my bedroom. What? And also, you're not here. We're on Zoom or whatever it is. Margaret, that's not improvisation, darling.
That's what I thought. This was a conversation.
Let's try this again. Is he related to Suggs?
Yes.
No, but like you care.
Is
like,
he?
Like you want? Like that felt like you didn't want to go ahead with the.
Oh no, he does. He is. He's the other lead singer of Madness. The one.
No,
that dances.
you can't have two Suggs in one band. That's. Your face looks lovely though tonight. I have to say. What... I do think so, Michael. Don't. What have you used there?
I've just been drinking a lot.
Oh really?
Yeah, it gives me a nice glow.
Yeah,
I think it's the ears.
Lovely glow. Are you pregnant again?
Yes, that's why I'm drinking a lot. Try and get rid of it.
No, God, yes. I mean, you know, how else is it going to learn? Oh God, the hand.
Anna, how are you doing with sort of lockdown and isolation? And are you isolating with Sue Clinch?
Yes. So basically, when lockdown hit, Sue and I were in the garden. She was showing me some worms she'd found, and she was showing me how we could pull them apart, and they still live. In fact, they both live. And she, and then she heard a noise, and she heard a sort of klaxon, you know, and she went, "No, Anna, it's lockdown." And then she pushes me into. We were at my daughter Mahogany's garden, obviously, because we hang around there most Sundays, and she shoved me into my granddaughter Lemon's Wendy house, and shut the door, and we were in there for a few days, having to eat. You know, it was awful. Having to just eat the worms. Yes, eat the worms. Sue started to eat herself. It was awful. And then it turned out, actually, it wasn't. Perfect impression of Sue Clinch there. Thank you, Histor_Pro. But yes, it turned out, eventually we sort of Well, I couldn't handle it anymore because she was getting very, Jack the Ripper eyes, shall we say. She was getting very hungry. There's only so much of herself she could eat. And then,
I don't wish to be anti the improvisation, but are you sure Jack the Ripper did eat his victims?
He did. He
Are you sure?
He boiled someone's heart in a kettle, Margaret. Read your Google. Check your Google.
Okay, I'll check my
I don't know if he ate it afterwards, but he bloody intended to.
Yeah, I'm not sure you can prove the intention.
If it even was a he, there's a lot of belief actually that it was a woman, if not a dog. There's a lot of conspiracies. No, you'll laugh, Michael, but I've read, and some of them are actually very convincing conspiracies. They found a dog in Singapore who could kill with a knife.
Right.
So it's not completely impossible if you stuck the knife on its head.
So do you think that this 19th century dog did the murders and then moved to Singapore? Is that your theory?
I don't know. I think sometimes you just have to stop and ask yourself what's more likely.
Yeah, no, that is the most likely.
It was some elusive doctor or whatever, I don't know. That sounds mad to me. I don't know. I'm just someone who, I just talk. I don't know. I don't listen. I don't think.
We know.
I want to keep talking until I die or everyone goes to sleep. That's what it actually does, isn't it?
Mm.
Jack Russell the Ripper, someone said. Very good.
Very good. That's someone who's read their Google.
Got massive hands. Check your Google, sir. Always check your Google. What were we talking about?
Well, I don't know. It seems like a long time ago now.
Eventually, I turned Sue into a sort of human battering ram because she's got a very hard skull. I don't know if you're aware of the Pachycephalosaurus, the dinosaur, the ones who would butt heads. I think there's a bit of that in her DNA. Most of her head's just a shaven skull. And then we managed to break through the French glass and then forced our way in. So we're in the house now, which is better than the Wendy house. But turned out Mum had done the klaxon noise in the first place, just to sort of, she's like...
Yes, I was going to say, I didn't remember the klaxon in Egypt.
No, there wasn't a klaxon. I know. She did it to make us stay in the Wendy house, and it worked, because we're thick.
But she's all right now. Sue, is she? Coping?
What?
She's coping with
Sue?
it now?
No,
yeah,
she's
Sue.
mental. She's having an awful time. Ben, you know her. You met her.
I have.
She's not well at all.
I was asking more out of hope than expectation.
Yeah, but a miracle, if you want. She's got very into Pokemon today. She's just going through everything we can find in the cupboard, and she found a sort of Pokemon album that she'd actually found.
Album?
Yes, like an album, like the Pokemon album.
Oh, like...
Not like a musical album, like...
No, Panini.
What do I mean? Annual.
Like
annual. I mean
like
an annual. Okay, thank you for once, Margaret. That was worth butting in. But no, she found it and she's obsessed with it. And the trouble with Sue is, if she sees a slogan, she has to live by it. So she's just running around the house screaming, gotta catch them all, gotta catch them all. She's lost it. It's horrible. But fun, if you're not involved. What's that, my love?
Has she caught them all?
Oh, God, she'll never catch them all. I mean, I think...
That's a relief, actually.
Yes, if you catch them all, then the game's over. You've got to keep... I don't even know how it's played, or has anyone ever played Pokemon?
Is it a game?
I don't know. She's just...
No, it's not a game.
She just...
Pokemon Go is a game.
Pokemon Go?
That's a game.
Is it telling the Pokemon to leave, or is it saying...
Oh, it's very Brexit. It's very Brexit. Very Brexit. Brexit.
It's very Brexit.
Yes.
Very Brexit.
Get out of there, Pokemons.
We're getting a lot of questions on the chat. Why is Michael dressed up?
Can you just shut up and listen?
Can I cut in? I do apologise.
No, I think you're right to say that, Anna.
No, sorry.
People writing in should shut up.
Oh,
I think you're absolutely right.
You come and do it. If you think you're
arsehole. Yeah. coming in here supporting us. We could be doing nothing, you bunch of cunts.
Thank you. Thank you for supporting Do the Right Thing. The donate.
Please do give, to Patreon.
Generously. Have you seen
if you donate to Patreon, Michael will be slightly kinder to you.
Oh, that would be
so. Have a little think.
Remember this.
Yes.
I don't remember this.
It's never happened.
No one told me anything about kindness.
No, we know that.
Desperately looking for a segue. Shall we go into the first problem?
Yeah.
I find it hard to know where to turn my head.
Aren't we wrapping up?
Is this actually done enough, haven't I? Is this like I did an IT crowd the other day? Not like the IT crowd.
I
got hired for a private party. Has anyone done that yet?
Did you?
£100. Wonderful.
Wow.
Amazing.
Yes.
What did you do?
What did you have to do?
Well, it was about 8 IT people sat in their sort of dungeons. And I think it quickly turned out that someone, the person who had hired me, none of the others knew who I was. So suddenly I just appeared on their Zoom party saying, hello, little fish, look at you and all that. And they were just like, who the fuck is this?
Yeah, that would be awful.
Really quite angry. Anyway, sorry, on with the show.
Dear Agony Aunt,
hello.
Because of the coronavirus, I am staying in my late mother's home with my husband, his brother, and wife, and our young children. Okay, got it? This seemed like a good idea. This seemed like a good idea, so we could share chores and childcare. But the situation has become uncomfortable for me because I am extremely attracted to my brother-in-law.
Fuck.
I had hoped this feeling would die down, but it has got worse, and now I have become aware that he seems to be lusting after me.
Ooh.
My husband and I rarely have sex, owing to his lack of interest, which set in. It set in after our second child was born.
Oh, God.
So I am frustrated and afraid that something is going to happen, or that others in the house will pick up on the vibe between us. How can I stop this feeling? Can you stop a feeling?
You can, Michael.
Thank you. You can pretend a feeling's not there, but this is all madness. It's complete madness. But I think you'll approve of this.
Yes.
Zoom is the thing. Keep zooming their house, and then we can get to see them fuck.
Oh,
I mean, it's going to happen, right? Right. Then we can. It's the way Big Brother sort of goes, "Ooh, well, they won't they?" And then they never do.
Yes.
They probably will, because she's already said her husband doesn't have an interest, and everyone at this time is finding a new interest.
And it's
I'm sure, Anna, you've got a hobby.
Yes, I've got a hobby. Yes.
Yes, I'm sure you do, Anna.
Yes.
She is asking.
My hobby is taking.
She's asking for permission.
What? She's asking for us to give her permission to be unfaithful
to do something. Yeah.
Of how many years?
Oh, it didn't say. Shall we make it up? Do you want me to yes and?
That must be at least 8. I reckon that's 8. What?
They've got 2 children. So
2 children.
2 years.
Well, that's enough of a marriage, isn't it? Couldn't you move on?
Yes. Finished.
I think that's too much.
That's too much.
That's too much of a marriage.
Jesus.
But hard in lockdown.
Hard in lockdown. It depends how many rooms there are, or if there's a coal shed.
Oh, a coal shed or a Wendy house.
Coal shed. Come on, darling, meet me in the coal shed. Let's do it.
Yeah, right.
Are you talking to me?
Yes. You're in my basement, Margaret.
Okay, I know.
So what are we saying? So the question is, what does she do? Does she somehow turn her lust into a ball and kick it out the window? Is that what she's asking us?
Don't ask her to do that.
Does she want to push her? I mean, she's given birth to 2 children. Now, can she give birth to her own lust in a way? What she's asking us, I don't know.
I mean, 2 children is always a bad sign, though, isn't it, for any relationship?
Have you ever
had 1 child? Yeah, no, got no children, because I've never known joy.
Oh, well,
so you have 1 child because you're in love,
Yes.
And 2, because you want a divorce. You desperately want a divorce. That's what the second child is a sign of, right?
Yes, the first to save the relationship, and the second to break it apart.
To doom it. Absolutely doom it.
You've got one each if you want one.
Oh, that's a very good point.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. It's like when you go to court, you need to have a lawyer, but it's nice to have a backup lawyer, you know, one of your children. That's what I think of children, backup lawyers. And right, and then they can put on sad face. And then the judges, whatever they're called. What are they called? The judges.
Judges.
The human judges.
Human judges.
Then they can. Yeah, then they can look at which child is the saddest.
Yes.
We'll go with that one. So what I'm saying is, he should probably fuck her, or she should fuck him.
Him, yeah. Not the child. No.
So who's there? Their mother? All there?
No, the mother's dead. The mother's dead.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah,
that
right.
old witch.
Oh no, but she's still in the house.
Of their
she's still in the house.
Emotions. She's a
saying,
ghost. Yeah.
Mum keeps saying, "Thank God your dad isn't here to see this," and I think, well, why? I mean, I'd probably rather be alive with a virus around the world than be dead. She's a silly woman. She really is.
Was he not a fan of staying in?
Dad? He hasn't been killed by the virus. He died a long time ago.
No, I know. But why does she particularly think it would be awful for him?
What?
Doesn't matter.
No, she just... She wouldn't have wanted to have seen... I think she's just glad he's dead, actually. I just don't think she likes it.
Right.
Thinking about it. I think she's just like, you know, because if he was here, he'd want to watch sport on TV or something, you know, that sort of thing. Or
I know, and there isn't any.
He'd want to... There isn't any sport. I haven't tried to look. What have you been watching?
Sport.
I've mainly just been watching what Sue chooses, so it's mostly war movies and Pokemon. The second film's actually quite good.
There's a lot of Pokemon out there. Anna, have you ever had a forbidden crush?
Did we answer that question?
No, we're still going. I'm asking if you've ever had a forbidden crush.
Yes, I have. For a while, I worked as a care assistant in between jobs in the Crickle-Bingle house.
Crickle-Bingle?
Crickle-Bingle. You know, like when you crickle a bingle. You know, you've got the bingle, and then you think, what am I going to do with this?
I know all too well.
You know. So it was Crickle-Bingle house, whatever I said. That house. I worked there as a care assistant for some time. And I had to look after a lot of the old ladies and the old gentlemen. And I actually, what was the question again? Remind me. Forbidden crush. Yes, I really fancied one of the old guys. And it was weird because he was well into his 90s and completely gaga. But he just had a sort of look about him. Do you know what I mean? I'd go and check he's all right, and he'd be there singing to himself, riding on a camel in the desert, whatever. And I go, what a dish. But it could never be. It could never be.
That really sounds like my grandfather.
Really? Maybe it was he.
He was always just picking random things to sing. I mean, you wouldn't understand this, Anna, but he was always just, you know, hearing a word and letting it take him on a strange musical journey.
Improvisation, in a sense. He wasn't the kind of guy who'd say no.
If someone wasn't related to Suggs, I think he would have said no.
Margaret,
I think the truth was important.
Whoa.
Have you read that book about, have you read, you know, that whole thing
Suggs.
about sometimes it's okay to say no? But I think you forgot I think you didn't read the last page, which was unless it's in an improvisation.
With Anna Mann.
With anyone. With any Anna. Cheers.
But the thing is, I've been in a lot of sexy improvisations.
Have you?
And at some point you have to say no.
This is flirting.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know what is flirting.
Well, Margaret, I was going to ask you.
I don't really understand.
Because I reckon you must have a tell. How do you act around people you fancy? Like, can you keep it hidden?
How do you act around Tim Wheeler?
Oh my God! Well, I did meet Tim Wheeler.
Who's Tim Wheeler?
Yeah.
Lost
Lead
him.
singer of Ash.
Tim Wheeler. Yeah, he's
Ash.
some pop.
Ash.
Girl from Mars.
Yes,
Oh fuck.
that's it. Yeah.
Yes.
Did you
But no,
the girl from Mars was you?
I did. I assumed it was. Yes, I was yes-anding him from the other side of my record player. No, so I asked my husband. I may have talked about this before. I said to my husband, "Do you mind that I flirt with other people?" And he said, "No." And I said, "Oh, why?" And he said, "Because I've seen you flirting." And then he sort of did this like, dance, and then went, peanut, threw it up, caught it in his mouth. Ta-da!
Wow.
And I mean, he's not wrong.
Is that how you flirted with him?
Well, exactly. I said to him, "This reflects badly on you."
Yes.
That's what I said to him.
Oh, finally, we have a funny person on Do the Right Thing. Dan Stetson.
He's just next door.
Finally.
Have you thought about an affair, Margaret? Have you come close?
Yes, it seems lockdown's not the best place to start.
Where's the best place to start? What I think,
Not in lockdown.
Not in lockdown, no. You're just sort of like, it's the danger. What is it people like about it? Is it just come on for so long? You just want to know what another set of balls looks like. Just once. Do you find that, Michael?
I have.
Yeah. Do you know what? I actually do find I would love to know what another set of balls looks like.
Yes.
I'm bored beyond belief at my own balls. Keep in mind,
I like that you call them a set.
A set of balls, well, or
a box set of balls that I've got. Yeah,
a privy of balls.
Yeah,
a nuisance.
I've got the Criterion collection in my pants.
I like.
So is that a boxed set?
A boxed set.
It's a set in
Exactly.
Yeah. Of genitalia, I believe Sue used to call it.
Sure.
Of course, Sue's got nothing.
Poor Sue.
Nothing at all.
No.
She's just smooth.
Oh, completely smooth. Some people think she's an angel.
Oh,
right.
Nice.
The devil. But what would see another packet of balls, you know? Not to touch them. Fuck no, I wouldn't want to touch them. And it's not the same with balls online, is it?
No.
Does anyone?
I don't know about the whole I wouldn't want to touch them thing. Because sometimes, even when I have a wee, I go, I'm touching my dick again. I think I'd love to take someone else for a wee.
Another dick.
Do you know what, mate?
No, because I've done that.
You know what, mate? I'll get this. And then this wee's on me. Don't worry.
It'd be different.
I'd love that. I would love that.
It would be
You get
different.
an age. Would you say you get to an age where none of it matters as much, and you just think, it's just like it's nothing.
Anna, you're absolutely right. I look at my penis and it's nothing.
It's nothing. There's hardly anything.
Nothing.
And what there is, irritating.
It's funny looking at my my 3-year-olds.
Yeah.
I've always thought.
Is that what you call your vagina? Your 3-year-olds? I don't think that's a good name. You're right. You call your vagina your 3-year-olds.
Yes, because they regenerate every 7 years. Don't you know this?
Is there more than one?
Oh, sure.
So this is quite a fresh one.
But we all regenerate every 7 years, so technically we're all 3.
That's true.
No, that's really deep.
You know.
Yeah,
thank you.
In the eyes of the Lord.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be good if you could reboot your junk?
If we what?
Yeah.
Reboot your junk. Is that a thing? Could we try and flog that? I'm trying to flog everything.
Well, I'm starting a hashtag on Twitter that is #myjunkat20. And it hasn't taken off yet, but I don't see why it didn't.
Do you take an annual junk photo, Michael?
Not annual, no.
How often?
Daily. Get one of those progress.
Do you know what? Trust me. When it When it comes to my penis, it's a snap a day. Trust me. Yay!
Have we solved this problem?
Well,
I have no memory of what that problem was.
I
mean,
the affair. Stop people having an affair.
I've got a suggestion. And once again, turn to our old friend, Professor Theatre. Margaret, you knew him well for a while before it all dried up.
To be fair, theatre's dried up for everyone.
Yes, all right, Margaret. It just, you just got a head start. But no, but what
you got in there first, you innovator.
What? Once again, you were ahead of the curve. You hadn't worked. For years. You hadn't worked for years before lockdown. Very clever.
And now I know.
Well, I appreciate that. So you were. So when it happened, you were ready to go. To not do anything.
Yeah.
But what if they staged? I don't know, a simple play, Electra, Agamemnon, Rogue Bakery,
Oedipus.
Oedipus.
Oedipus. Is that a Bond?
What I'm saying is, they stage a play. We're going back to Hamlet now. Once again, Bill Shakes, bless you, darling, has come to the aid. In Hamlet, you may remember, Michael, in order to do something, to get the king to fess up, Hamlet stages a play, right?
Ooh.
Which makes about a king being killed. So the baddie king goes, it's an awful scheme and it doesn't work at all.
I literally can't see how it could. Yeah.
It's a terrible idea.
But,
what I'm saying is they put on a play, Her and Brother, which involves a full-on sex scene in the middle.
Yeah.
And then they just say, no, darling, it wasn't an affair. It was art. We were entertaining you. You see what I mean? I don't know. Is that the answer?
It is, and because most people,
that is the answer.
They only cast people that they fancy anyway, don't they?
Yes.
When you're putting a show together,
I don't fancy him. It's horrible, but I've got to do it because it's in the play. There's the 3-page sex scene with oral.
Yeah.
You seem to be in.
So what I'm saying is you can't get away with having sex in this tiny space. So you do the sex in front of everyone and pretend it's a play. There we go.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, that's actually very good. Yeah.
Genuinely good.
You seem to be in tune.
Just say it's charades. I'll say
charades.
Right.
Or the game of life.
Yeah. Well, you haven't got it yet, and then just keep on fucking until
you're spin happy. The bottle. What if they played spin the bottle?
Yeah.
Oh, with the kids
and their mother. Yes, that's
and their dead mother.
And the dead mother. Yeah. Is the dead mother in the house? Is that what's happening?
Yeah. No, it's the dead mother's house. I don't know why she mentions that, but she does.
So the spirit must be there because that's how ghosts work.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what? If I lived in a dead person's house, I'd mention it.
To who?
I think you do live in a dead person's house, don't you? Don't we all?
Well, that's what I mean. I mean, if my landlord was dead, I'd talk about it. Yeah.
If your landlord was dead, you'd tell I'm confused by that.
No, I'd talk about it. I wouldn't go, come into my house. I go, come into my dead landlord's house.
Yes, sure.
That's what I'd say, because it's interesting.
And
people would go like, oh, what happened there then?
Like when you put out a big meal, I don't say here's the lamb. I say here's the dead sheep or whatever.
Yes.
Even as a vegan, you say here's.
You have to make it clear. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, welcome.
You don't say here's pie and chips. You say here's some dead stuff shoved in. Thank
you for coming to the funeral.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Every meal is a funeral.
Bow down. That's what we said at my father's funeral, actually.
Right.
How we wanted
Corny 73 is wondering if people have seen Michael's landlord recently. I think they think you might have killed him. This would be a good cover if you had.
Right. Okay, I'm going to tell you a true story, and I'm not happy about this. It would be great if someone would stop me from telling this story.
Oh, really?
But
God.
here's the thing.
Go on.
Here's the thing. In the early 90s, I was living with one of my
wives.
She's such a lovely friend of mine. And but we had a landlord who she very much respected, and I was too young to understand what respect meant. And I was also really broke all the time. And it got to a point, I think I was 6 months, maybe 4 months, I don't know, behind in the rent. And I knew I had to go back to the flat that night and face my landlord and go, I'm sorry, look, I guess you're going to throw me out. And I was like, fucking hell, I'm going to get kicked out of this flat. I'm really enjoying living with my good friend, but I know that she's a better person than I am. And I'm just going to face up to the fact that I'm irresponsible, and I'm going to have to admit that I don't have any money and I'm screwed and I'm going to get kicked out. And when I got to the flat, my landlord was dead. So,
as in you walked in.
Just trying to guess what? She died. I went,
Yes.
I mean, I'm
Did
not.
you?
I would be lying if I said I didn't do it yet. But that's a horrible thing. And she's a nice person, and I'm a horrible human being. She was 26.
Fuck!
What?
No, she was not. She was not. She was like 102.
Yes, 100.
She was like 102.
Better. Those are the two ages.
That was like
Yeah.
For a moment there, you were like Raskolnikov in Crime and Punishment. You know.
Yeah.
The landlord was dead. Was there any suggestion you might have done it?
Well, only because I kept saying I did, because I was giddy with excitement.
Yes.
But then I think everyone just took one look at me and went, he can't kill someone. Look at him, he's shit. And
No, I feel like that's been...
until now.
What was that? That's the case with all the best ones, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. No one ever expects me. You know 9/11?
No.
I don't.
Very good.
Now.
Very good.
Yeah.
Wow.
We heard it here first.
Far be it from me to try and impose a format on tonight, but so Anna's saying just get it on in front of everyone. Very much in tune with what the chat's saying. Kale says they could fake having the virus and have to isolate together in a room.
That's good.
Good idea. That's very good.
Jonathan Cobb suggests Face Off 2. So I guess that's swap the brothers' faces. I don't know. Nanonic
It's going to
says,
be tricky.
Nanonic says, give him the old rusty trombone in a darkened room, which I'm just reading out because I've never heard the old rusty trombone before. So,
No, I know what they mean. Literally get him.
You're not a jazz fan.
And then you won't be able to hear them fucking.
Lovely Chris has an awful idea, which is let the children watch a Shag Both Brothers and vote on which is most horrific, which is awful.
That's the sort of thing that's going on in lockdown, you know.
Okay. That's a very good question and a very good point. Okay. Who would you rather see one of your parents fuck? The other parent or someone else? Keep in mind, if you see your parents fuck, then you're seeing them both fuck. So, I don't know. I think I'd rather it was someone else.
Do you get to choose the parent?
Well,
yeah, you definitely get to choose. I'm going
to go with... Do you get to choose who it is?
Yes.
Because
I'm going to go with my mum and Ben Kingsley.
Oh, lovely. I'm going to go with Ian Rush, because I'd have loved to have met him when I was
What, just Ian Rush on his own, wanking, instead of your parents fucking?
I would love to see my old man, bless him, balls deep in Timothy Dalton.
That would be
right. I don't. To be honest, I wouldn't. Not only would I not be upset by that, I just think that would be a lovely way to remember him.
Tribute.
Yes.
Tribute, actually, yeah. And I think Timothy Dalton, knowing him as I do, would be well up for it.
Yeah.
He had sex with Mae West, didn't he?
Did he?
When she was 106.
Really?
Yeah.
Was that when he was born?
They were.
Yeah, Sextet. Odd Jock has brought that in. Thank you, Odd Jock. Sextet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Niche reference. But
Very
he's from
good.
Belper.
Anna, have you not seen Sextet?
Sextet. What's that?
It's
a Mae West film.
It's a Martin Scorsese film.
Right.
Mae West just happens to be in it.
Right. Is it Pixar? Really cool... Is it Pixar?
Yeah, it's Pixar.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah. The only real people in it are the people.
Okay. So Mae West and Timothy Dalton, Martin Scorsese, and they fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. They just fuck.
And was that whole movie just set up because he wanted to fuck Mae West?
I think it's more the other way around.
Oh, really?
I think she was so old. I think she was so old she was all dust down there.
Wow.
that is not a very nice thing to say.
Listen, I'm the only one. I'm going to become that. I'm looking forward to it.
You're going to become a vagina.
Dust.
All of you.
Dust.
Well, of course, you are
from
made.
the bottom up. Junies.
Yours is getting taller, isn't it? Is that right?
Junies, of course, you're Junies. Yeah.
It's going to get,
You're getting a taller packet of vagina.
I'm getting a 4-year-old one next year.
Oh, lovely.
And it's like cars, you sort of upgrade. I hope it won't be a second-hand one, but you don't know.
Are you getting a 4-year-old for your 3-year-old? Oh, God.
I'm going to really push through the real advice, which came from psychotherapist Pamela Stevenson Connolly, who says, she says, under normal circumstances, erotic tension is increased when there is an obstacle to acting on it. But now you have an extra challenge because courting danger in non-virus related ways is a common behavior during this time. Like many others, you may be unconsciously drawn to a peril that you can't control. Recognize this and set firm boundaries. Do your best never to be alone in a room with your brother-in-law. Stop fantasizing about him. Increase your bonds with his wife and children. Good idea.
Yes,
work to improve your relationship with your husband and try to reawaken your sex life together. Focus on your children, on establishing a routine, exercising, calming your mind and keeping your family safe. All this shall pass. Which is a bit obvious, isn't it? But,
well, we hope. I thought that was all very judgmental, actually. Talk to his wife, then you'll feel awful. How dare you fantasize? I think the husband's to blame for not being up for it and not being loving enough.
Yeah. Oh, well, of course.
I feel like Pamela was very harsh about her then. I think
she can't give the husband advice. The husband doesn't ask for advice.
No, she could say to your husband, why?
Come on.
What is wrong with this? Take it. It's here.
It's full of dust.
Look at my hands. They're massive. They could do great things.
Sure.
Give me a chance, Or I'll fuck your brother.
Has this happened to you, Anna?
Yes.
I'm so sorry.
Dusty Vagina was actually the first mascot for 3-2-1.
I saw that.
I like that. I like that a lot. That's
the sort of thing we should be saying, isn't it?
Well done, DVD Smith. Yeah.
Off the back
David.
of
David.
Yeah.
Off the back of the DVD Smith's glory, does anyone have anything they'd like to plug before we go on to answer audience's problems?
Me?
Anything you want to plug?
Oh,
yeah, you.
Well, I've just written a conspiracy book about Jack the Ripper, which is available soon.
The Singaporean dog.
Well, we actually go through all of the main animals and just sort of weigh up how likely and how unlikely it was that one of them might have been Jack the Ripper. We do every animal and we do every Asian country. Because I think we're all agreed Jack the Ripper was definitely Asian, whatever animal he was. And that's not racist. That's just the clues are there, Also, I am doing my regular Saturday night show, which you two must watch. Which you two must also come on, probably. We'll give it a few more months. But every Saturday, I'm doing my late night cheese, sex, and self-isolation party at 10 p.m. That's the evening. Yes. It's a lot of fun. We had Martin on last night, or whenever it was, Saturday. And her hair looks so sharp at the minute. It looks like it could cut. but that's not a worry. But it's a lot of fun. And also,
my dentist taught her to swim.
Her dentist taught her to swim in teeth.
My dentist taught her to swim.
Oh, your dentist taught Martin to swim.
It doesn't matter. Move on. Move on.
No, it's good that you just repeated what everyone had already said back at you. It's good. Oh, forget it. This is a nightmare.
Michael.
I'm latching onto my charger. Also, I'm doing a nightly podcast talking to actors. I'm doing Anna Mann's bedtime anecdote every night, and it's really quite lovely. A lot of people are actually really quite enjoying it. So, listen to that.
Oh, well.
Also, I've been in the park recently. So if anyone wants to give me a $5 on there, I've got a Patreon. And if anyone's interested in dinosaurs, I've got about 200 toy ones here. And I'm willing to sell them. They're all my granddaughters, but I'm willing to sell them. All right.
Good.
Anything else?
Michael, did you have something to plug?
Yeah, tomorrow. Hi, everyone. Tomorrow, I'm going to be doing Vitriola with Robin Ince and some surprise musical guests. But on Friday, I'm going to be doing with Suggs, yes. But on Friday, I'm doing Michael Legg's shit dinner party with Margaret K. Bourne-Smith and Phil Ellis, and a meal that I will send to both of them. And whether or not they think of it as a meal, that will be up to them. I'll be drunk and that's the main thing.
Do you post the meal to them?
Yeah, I posted to them. I sent it to them about 4 days ago, so it should get there just in time.
So, to be clear, that's an actual thing. And what time is that?
Yeah. I think, I don't know, 8 o'clock or something. What time are you free, people? I think it's 8 o'clock.
I'm free at 8. Where do we see it? Twitch?
Next up comedy. Next up comedy.
Okay. You've organised this, Michael. This isn't just, you haven't just come up with it then.
I'll be honest with you. Yeah, I have. And I haven't thought about it very hard.
Right, okay. Well, you've got to do it now. That sounds good.
Ben, what have you got?
I don't have anything to plug except for Do the Right Thing next Monday. More Total Agony. Yeah, nothing else at the moment. Whatever Richard Herring's doing. Margaret, anything to plug?
What, apart from my dusty old vagina?
You need to plug that up.
I mean that really needs to be plugged.
Now, Stu T. Lee did say a few minutes ago, I have a dusty vagina that needs plugging. So...
Okay. Well, I'll send him some...
And that's Stuart Lee.
Merch. I know. It's weird that Stuart Lee's wants my merch, but...
He's always asking you, isn't it? Harassment, really. You know, his last show was just about that. Did you see it?
No, I know. It was really embarrassing.
It was
just an attempt to get me to go. I know.
Yes.
It's because I look slightly like his wife.
Yes.
Oh, someone just confirmed that my dinner party is at 9 p.m. on Friday.
9.
Thank you so much. I'm utterly incompetent. I'm so sorry. Thank you very much. Nononic.
Excellent. Thank you. Now, we do have quite a few problems sent in by viewers for us to fix. Look, if we get through 2 of them, I'll be overjoyed. So can I fire away and see how you do?
I went to the toilet.
You can go to the toilet.
No. Would it help if I went to the toilet? I think we'll get through them quicker.
Shall I tell you the problem and then you can go to the toilet and think about it?
Yeah, you might be able to combine the 2. Yeah.
Dan, this is toilet related actually. Dan got in touch with a question. He says, I live on a narrowboat which is presently locked in within the confines of a Scottish tourist attraction.
Oh, crap.
The Kelpies, if you're interested, but don't worry about that. The bank beside the towpath is covered in daffodils, which pretty much every dog that comes past pisses on. However, kids also keep stopping to pick them. Should I tell the kids' parents and carers about the dog piss or not? I've tried once and just got filthy looks and a sour-faced toddler for my efforts. So if you want to go and...
Hang on, you got a toddler?
No, he got a sour-faced toddler.
But it was a sour-faced one.
Yeah.
No, I'm sort of imagining that he got that response because he was just going, dog piss, at a family trying to pick a flower. And that would be my reaction as well. There might be a better way of saying it.
I like that maybe he did do it a better way. Like he saw a child about to touch dog's piss dandelions, and then he went.
What's happened to those hands?
Dog's piss dandelions. Yeah, so
Anna, do you wish to
get involved?
Yes.
Do I? No, I'm all right. I've just been. I think the dandelions is the only option, isn't it? Set fire to the dandelions before the dogs can piss on them.
Daffodils. It's daffodils.
Oh,
oh,
well, that's different. Daffodils are lovely, but then they're all covered in piss.
Yeah.
So shouldn't we put up a little sign?
But I think they probably are, aren't they?
I think
Probably
most
all flowers are covered in piss.
Don't bees
in
piss
the eyes
on
of
flowers?
the Lord? Yeah.
Isn't that how they make money? Honey?
They're doing something. That's
Bees
how they
piss
make
on
money.
flowers. I
They're
piss on flowers.
entrepreneurs.
I think piss helps them grow, and it also helps children grow. So I think everyone's fine.
Helps children learn. Say that much.
do you know what? You're absolutely right, Anna. If you turn round to a child and went, "Oh no, that's covered in pee," you should hold your pee in. That's no way to fucking teach a child.
Right. That's right.
Right.
Next thing you know,
Let your pee. You viewers, you should turn round to children you meet all the time and go, "Please urinate right now."
Please urinate right now. And if you see some piss, drink it. Because then you'll
It's good for you.
You know what I mean?
Right, it is good for you. Yeah,
It's good. It's good for your chilblains.
It's good for your brains. Yes.
Yeah, it's good for Dunblane. What?
Can we have the next question, then?
It won't.
Well, I was just going to say that Dan's actually on the chat. If you have any questions for him, he says he offered the children a chance to wash their hands. He points out their daffodils
in his creepy boat.
Right, I don't know.
Yes.
I'm in on my boat.
Listen.
No, thank you.
Right, Anna, I'm totally on your side. I've always had the chance to offer children to watch that. I've never taken that chance. Coming in, watching. No, I think that's. I think no.
Someone asks you to come on their boat and wash your hands. You say no.
No.
Thank you.
No. That's the number one thing you teach children.
Because the boat might sink.
Yeah.
And the boat is almost certainly covered in piss.
Well, I think what you should do, I mean, you could hose them down. Is that acceptable to hose down other people's children?
I
haven't had children. Yeah.
It's literally all I've ever done. I don't know if it's acceptable. It's all I've ever done.
Well, from your window, you just turn on the hose.
Yeah, just hose them down. You boy, what day is it? And then I've turned the hose on.
Or just dunk them in the.
And I will hose you down.
I'll tell you what day it is. It's piss day. That's what I said. But I don't want them to be ashamed of piss. Not like this pervert.
Oh, God. Yes, I think Distracted Dan, his name is. There was a trap beside them. What's he talking about? He's written there was a tap.
A trap.
Them,
a tap.
A tap, as in. Oh, I thought he'd made a what's it called, a typo, and he meant trap or trap. Either of which is just making him even more terrifying.
Yeah.
I've got
a narrowboat and a trap.
Right, now we're
digging with my time.
Now we're digging deep. Why is he on that narrowboat? I mean, he's very cool, or he can't get a house anywhere else.
Yeah.
I'd love a narrowboat.
Would you, though? Would you really, Margaret? You'd love it for about 5 seconds.
One of my questions is, have you ever lived on a boat?
Tap. He's just said he did mean tap. Have I ever lived on a boat?
Yes.
I spent 6 months on a dinghy. That was a mistake. That was a big mistake.
Was it?
Huh?
Was it a mistake?
Dinghy burst day one.
Oh, well then, yeah.
Drowning, really. Slow drowning.
No.
Every night I wake up, You lived on a boat, Margaret.
Oh, Margaret's frozen.
Is she frozen, or is she doing that face again?
I would like to answer this question
My
for
tech
Margaret.
is all failing.
Oh, we can still hear you.
I've been on a holiday.
You've been on holiday.
On a holiday, is that the same thing?
Rob, can we screenshot this so we can always use this in
can't hear
place of
myself.
Margaret's video?
It's like losing all of my senses one by one.
I'm going to try and get a message to Margaret to ask her to refresh.
Oh yeah, refresh, Margaret.
Refresh, Margaret, and refresh.
Oh, okay.
Refresh your junk.
No, I heard that.
Yeah,
Margaret.
can you please refresh, Margaret?
What's weird, Margaret?
I heard that.
Even though your face is frozen, it still feels like you're talking.
No.
It doesn't seem to be any different.
Yeah.
Suggests you have a very unemotive face.
She's gone.
Oh, thank God.
A few more tips from the chat. Piss on them yourself whenever a toddler comes along.
I hate all of you.
Miracle, she's still there.
Sure.
From Miracle Maxine. Tet879 suggests landmines. Histocrow, poke them away with a big stick. Stuart Lee, maybe a post-it note on the petal. And Miracle Maxine again. Oh no, I was going to repeat exactly the same one. Piss on them yourself whenever a toddler comes along. So, yes.
Well,
real creeps, aren't they?
Well, yes. But at least they don't live on a narrowboat.
Well, yes. Well, he's one of your fans. Margaret, now your face is out of shot, darling. Bless you. There we go.
Hi, Margaret.
I think what a good actor you are, because that face, I just felt like it could be saying it. It felt like it was still talking. It was wonderful. I might just stick a photo up of you and talk to it.
No, I'm not sure she can hear us.
Oh, God. She's so tired.
Good.
She really is.
Let's talk about Margaret. Come on.
Margaret, can you hear me now? Margaret, you idiot.
Bye, everyone.
Margaret's texting me saying, bye, everyone. Yeah.
What? Can you not? Oh, I love this.
I say,
Look at you, Margaret, you fucking idiot.
What's Margaret thinking?
She looks like she's thinking.
I think she knows. She's doing control
again. But while Margaret's away, shall we? What advice were we giving to Dan? Should he intervene? Should he bother telling the kids, or just let them pick the pissy petals?
No, I think it's fine. I think it's
it's fine.
You're only going to get arrested.
It's part of growing up, isn't it, Anna? You grab piss when you're a child by the horns.
I mean, isn't this whole virus thing partly because we don't drink enough piss? I don't know. Did I?
Yeah, I know. I believe that's exactly what
I don't
it
know.
is.
It's one conspiracy I've read, and I buy into it wholeheartedly. That's a dog thing.
I mean, it's the first I've heard of it, and I totally know it's right. So thank you.
I do with all conspiracies. I just immediately believe them.
Yeah. Thank you. Have we got one more to wrap it all up with?
We do, but it's one for which I was hoping Margaret would emote. And it looks like she might be rebooting a computer. So,
keep in mind. I imagine, Anna, you've worked with Margaret, perhaps in a play in the past.
Yes, we've done a few stuff.
Is emoting something she knows about?
No.
No.
I'm going to move on to my less emoty one,
which is known as the dancing stick in the theatre.
I'm surprised even dancing would be right. Well, dancing suggests an energy.
No, it just meant yes.
Yeah.
Distracted Dan saying, I will let them get pissy hands, thanks. And I think you're right, Distracted Dan. You've got to think about number one. And if you start talking to kids from a boat...
I mean, he is thinking about number ones.
...into your boat, then you're only going to get in trouble. So, it's survival of the fittest, really. Got to look after yourself. By the way, Dan, is there an answer?
Sorry, Colin.
Is there an answer? Is there an answer?
Well, Distracted Dan is the man on the boat, so he's agreeing with your advice.
Okay.
There. Oh, well done, Anna. You got it right. Can I just say to TJ Fred Smith, Michael can't drink piss. It's not vegan. Clearly, you've not drunk Linda McCartney's piss, so that is completely vegan.
Yes.
Where's my chortle award?
Do you still produce piss after you die? Because your hair grows. Well, this is an unnecessary question.
Well, here's the thing. That is a good question. That is a good question.
Go on then.
Do you produce piss after you die? I'd say no. Do you continue to produce vegan sausages after you die? I'd say also no. And yet, Linda bloody does it.
Mm.
Well, I can see Margaret. I don't know if you guys can.
Margaret's back. Can you see us, Margaret?
It feels like being a ghost or something. It's really horrible.
It was brilliant. Do it more often.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Right,
we enjoyed that bit.
I'm going to move on to...
Have you been having a doobie, Margaret? Have you been having an
imaginary doobie?
The left-hand side. There's something... You do look a bit stoned, and I like it. More, please. Yeah, oh, look at that. That's good. Is that how you flirt? Well, it's better than come on my boat.
Wash your hands. And wash your hands.
Wash your hands. Yes. Shall we do one more?
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
It's from Ron. Ron says, "Hi, gang.
Hi, Ron.
My partner and I moved into our ground floor flat in early October last year. For some reason, our upstairs neighbours enjoy throwing random trash into our garden from above. We've never met any of them, so don't think they have a grudge. The items include an empty DVD case of a horror movie called Tall Men, a woman's thong, a bath mat, broken glass, cigarette butts, and a coat hanger. What can we do?"
Well, I mean, some of that's definitely rubbish.
Yeah, cigarette butts is just being country, isn't it? That's not.
Yes.
And broken glass.
You can't pretend, I thought you might want some of these for your collection. You want to stick
have some broken glass.
Yes.
And also, I mean, like, you know, I'm always the positive one from Do the Right Thing. So
sure.
the cover of Tall Men could just be a recommendation. Okay, just like throwing that in.
That's a nice gift.
You should watch this movie, but obviously not give the movie because you know it's a favorite of your own. So maybe they're just a bit negative.
I'm actually. Can you still see me? I just googled Tall Men.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
And it's only from 2016.
Sure.
It's 2 hours and 30 minutes. It's 2 hours and 30 minutes long, which is too long for a horror film, isn't it? They should only last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
A challenged man is stalked by tall phantoms. What does that mean? A challenged man.
Yeah.
Challenged man is stalked.
I think that's
only vertically challenged.
Imagine living your life and not being challenged. That's incredible.
Wouldn't that be
an unchallenged man?
Yeah.
Michael, it's a challenge man is still like tall phantoms in business suits. Very fitting with your.
Yes. Well, I thought which adds to it. Business
I'm not wearing it.
He purchases a car with a mysterious black credit card. This sounds incredible.
Yeah, it's not about the car.
I think we're going to have to go away and watch this.
We are tall men.
Yeah, can I log off now? Because this is a good film.
It's got 1.5 stars on IMDb, I'm afraid. But what do they know?
Right.
Trust those IMDbs. They've given me some hateful reviews in the past. They said, cunts.
Anyway, yes.
A challenged man. So,
have you ever had anything weird thrown into your garden?
Hello.
What?
Well, your landlord doesn't care.
I mean, you're not allowed to say your garden without going hello.
Okay.
I was just on form. Yeah.
I was just on form. Excuse me for being on form.
That's all I was doing. I was being on form.
I used to work underneath a lovely chap called Reginald Singh, who was a lovely old gentleman, very kind. But unfortunately, he would make these huge balls of, what am I going to say?
What are you going to say?
huge bowls of sort of oxen balls, which he would dump into my garden.
Oxen balls?
Oxen balls, yes. As in the balls of an oxen's.
Oh, I
Sure.
see. Okay, sure.
He would cook them up.
He would
and then
make
throw
them.
in my garden. And apparently it turned out to be his way of flirting.
Yeah, that
So-
could be. Yeah, it could be. You know the way cats bring dead mice and birds because they don't understand that you don't want dead mice and birds. These
No,
people think you want a bath mat and a DVD case and the glass. You know,
Mm. By the way, Margaret,
it might be.
for once in our career together, I wish you'd stopped that improvisation.
Just
Because
the
that-
thing is,
that
Anna.
was-
Sometimes I do think I'm here to shut you down.
Exactly. When Anna
That's-
is going nowhere, you stop her.
But my favourite
Yeah.
thing
You
in
can't
the Do the Right Thing Christmas
can't
special
do anything right. It's
was
never
you saying,
what?
do you want to hear this? Because I don't know what it is.
And did they want to hear it? And
We
Always.
don't know what it is. We
And
don't know what it is.
What was it? Was it good?
I think it was an anecdote about Noel Edmonds.
Oh, fuck. Oh, Christ. Not that one. Not that one. But yes, so Tall Men sounds good.
Bit of advice from the chat.
Yes.
Send back their DVD case of Tall Men, but put in a copy of Little Women.
Oh, that's.
No, that is
Oh,
flirty.
God, no.
That's
DVD
very,
CD
very
again.
flirty.
I was in.
DVD.
I do.
I was in a Romanian horror.
I do.
What? Which one's going to work?
You.
You.
I was in a
And,
Romanian
you.
I'm
horror.
scared of you.
I was in a Romanian horror called Hairy Mothers.
Sure.
It was all right. It was more a documentary, really.
What did you play?
I played one of the Hairy Mothers, whose name was Barbara, but it was all in Romanian. It was one of those, those jobs, Margaret, where you pretend you can speak Romanian. And then you get there and it's, So in the end, it was just a blood-curdling scream.
They believe you. Yeah.
I couldn't do that either. Ah,
Oh. Yeah, I'm checking my blood and it's nowhere near curdled.
Curdled. Your blood curdled
It's
a long time ago.
No. It's dust. Keep
It's
telling
dust.
you.
Just off.
Off
Anyway.
blood.
Just off.
Blood. Please, Anna, don't make Margaret cry again. I'm sick of this. Margaret, if you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. If you're not going to be reduced by tears, to tears, if you're not going to be
Titty tears. You're not
If
going to be
you're not-
titty
if
tears.
your tits aren't going to leak tears for fears, get out and on your ears.
Yeah, it's a great phrase. They did teach me that
The
at
hairy
drama
mother.
school.
So, do you
Don't
think-
worry,
I think-
Nanonic.
I
Don't
think- I
worry.
think-
I'm much
think we've answered that.
stronger than I was.
So they were throwing all this shit out into the garden.
Yeah.
And have they spoke to them about it? Did they say?
Well, I was going to query this.
No,
sentence.
they haven't met them.
We've never
They
met any of
haven't
them,
met
so don't think they have a grudge. But
It sounds
No,
why
as
did
in,
you-
so I don't think. They're not instructing you. They're saying, we don't think they have a grudge.
well, maybe they
You
think
read it badly, Ben.
Maybe they mean we don't think they have the grudge. They've got tall men, but not the grudge.
So that's what you sent back.
Yes. Oh, thanks,
Yes.
tall men. Here's the grudge.
Yeah.
It's a much superior film. What if the grudge?
Yeah, just a little note that says this is a much superior film.
Yes, I suggest you stop watching film. What would you call The Grudge if it had a name like Tall Men? What would it be called? Dead Japanese mother and child?
I haven't seen it.
That's the problem with Tall Men, isn't it? That it should be called something like,
It's
the
too
height,
obvious.
the heightness,
The heightening.
the height.
The
Tall
Torlingman.
Men is too Someone
The
said The Grudge is
Torlening.
a different horror film. Well, yes, we know that.
I think I think what you could do is post all of it back through their door.
Yes, or up their ass.
I mean, the grudge is a different.
So knock on the door.
Get everything
To
you've
what?
got. Knock on the door. When they open it, spin them around and shove it up their ass.
So yeah, they come to the door and you say, "Excuse me, could you turn around and drop your trousers, please?"
Well, you say turn the trousers down if you can. Someone just points out the
Turn them down.
Turn the trousers down.
If not, use the coat hanger to make a hole.
They're drunk. Use a coat hanger.
Yes.
Well, the coat hanger was on the
Slash at
thing.
them.
Slash their
Slash at them with bits of broken glass.
Someone's pointed out, sorry to do your job for you here, Ben, but someone's pointed out tall men up the arse is a different oracle. Tall men up the arse.
Do you think that's Ben's job?
Well,
I don't know
what do you think Ben's job is? Because none
I
of us
feel like his
know.
job is just to disapprove.
Yeah.
Every now and
Yes.
again, he sort of half smiles, but other than that, it's like
Exactly. It's nanny state.
I have done a lot of this. I'm covering up a quarter
Nanny
of the
State
scene.
Ben.
It is nanny.
Yeah.
It's a nanny state.
The nanny state.
No idea for why we. Oh fuck! Who's that? That Matt Hancock.
It's double
That's
Ben.
my-
Is that you?
That's me.
Is that you, Ben? Is that, did you fax that in for a job interview?
It's from a TV show I produced.
Lovely.
Those were the days.
Wow. Last week on a wine. What was it?
Just it's a half smile.
Ben, you look like the sort of chap who's still got a fax machine just in case. Am I right?
I was playing the part of a cardboard cutout of a bank manager. So
Oh, it does look good. Yeah.
I mean, I thought you always were.
Halifax.
We assumed you were a cardboard
I
cutter.
mean,
I definitely assumed you were a bank manager. I was like, oh, it's
Okay.
great that the banks are letting their people do comedy. Finally.
Yes.
You know. I thought you were on like an away
God.
day or something. It was like a sort of,
Constant away day.
yes, it was like an office thing, go and
The
do
bottom of the
comedy
Phoenix.
and then come back to the bank and bring what you've learnt to the bank. I don't know how these things work. I got hired by some.
no one does.
I keep anyway. Yes, tall
So,
men.
have we answered that?
Well, sort of, yeah.
It's up the arse.
Knock on the door. Yeah.
In a nutshell, I think they're
It's
being
up the
too
arse.
nice. I think they're being too nice, and I think it is it is an act of aggression.
It
And
is.
these people are not registering. When you register an act of aggression, I'm a pacifist, but if someone crosses
Anna, are
me,
you
I will kill.
That sounded like you were saying that shoving it up their asses was too nice. Is that what you were saying?
It's too good for them, definitely. Anyone who's
Just checking.
horror, tall men. Fuck. Are we all going to watch that tonight then?
I think we should.
Yeah.
Live. We can do a
Let's
live
have a watch along of it.
should we set that up, Ben? 'Cause it's
Watch
not
along
like
of
enough of these fucking
The tall men.
We'll do a
It's
tall men
2
watch.
hours, 20
2
minutes or
hours and
something.
17 minutes.
No, I mean, I'm going to
I'm
bed.
not going to watch.
And the tall men are only in it for 10.
Yeah.
The first or the last?
Well, just a bit to sort of, not even in the middle, just a bit
Yeah.
before the middle.
And-
You see some
And you
tall
don't even
men.
see all of them.
You don't even see all the tall men. And
No,
actually,
yeah.
one of them's quite short.
Yeah.
They're mainly just described, aren't they? The whole film is people
Yeah,
describing
mainly
them.
people talking about, it's people looking at the distance going, how tall do you think that guy is? Well, that man over there, the tall man over there. Yes, I don't know, maybe 6 foot. I think he's taller than that. Really? No. Yeah.
Ah!
Yes.
He's 6 foot and 1.
Yeah, he's only
Yeah.
6'1". He's not that tall.
Yeah.
Ah! He's taller. It was originally called the Taller Than Some Men.
Sure.
If you look at the film poster, it's the bandages on their faces, which I think is scarier than their height.
Wrong.
Yes, that's very
Yeah.
scary. The bandage on the faces, men.
Well, then I'm
It's a
never going to
misnomer.
look at the poster. Thank you.
The
for warning
bandages
me,
on the
Ben.
facening.
It's not even
Yeah.
called the tall men. It's just called tall men.
Tall men.
Yeah, tall man.
Some tall men.
Tall men.
Maybe
Too
they're-
I was going to say, shall I just read in some of the other advice that the chat's
No.
thrown up?
I don't know. I'm gonna
Yeah.
yeah. Go on then. No, I want to hear.
go.
Come on.
Use it to make an art installation, then sell it to them. Package them all up and
Lovely.
post them back to them without a stamp, so they have to pay for it. So the first one was Stuart Lee again. I'm going to stop plugging him.
Oh, that's
Second
very
one,
good.
Lewisham dwelling
Thanks, Stuart
Vigil.
Lee.
Yeah. Lovely Cress, who is not lovely, said mow the word cunts in the grass of the garden. Just
Yeah.
doing this now, build a Frankenstein
garden.
out of it.
Sorry.
Well,
go on.
Build up.
Build a Frankenstein
what?
out of it and ring the doorbell. Build a Frankenstein's monster out of it and ring the doorbell.
Frankenstein. It's like vampires, Draculas. Build a Frankenstein.
And sorry, this is Stuart Lee again. But it's probably the most practical. Change your Wi-Fi name to "No More Shit in the Garden or I'll Kill You."
That's fucking good.
And
That's very
that
good.
is so practical. Yeah,
That's
you're right.
really good.
That's
I
so
really
Really
like
good.
that.
It's the simplest way. Well, thank you, everybody. Thank
Maybe
you.
the first one
Chat.
could do that. They could change their Wi-Fi to "I want to fuck your brother,"
Yes.
and then they could go
Look out.
and then they could go, "Oh, I didn't do it, but what do you think?"
And the middle one. Don't pick up the daffodils; they're covered in piss.
Yes.
So
Come
when did the
into my
answer to everything?
boat.
Go- Come by
Wash
on
your
their
hands.
phone. Lovely.
Oh, it's
Well-
really good to get messages through.
I
It's always like this.
is
Yeah.
weird.
Yes.
It's good.
I know it's often
I did have a
forwards.
lovely time. I really did. How much do I get paid, Ben, and when do I get it?
So, time to wrap up. And thank you very much for taking part, everybody. I still haven't worked out a way to end
you.
these things. Thanks to Rob Sedgebeer, King Rob,
Yeah.
Wi-Fi Wars for doing all the tech. I point up there because I can see him, but
I can see him.
you guys on Twitch can't.
Oh,
Thank you
can
very
they
much.
not?
No, they can't.
Oh.
No.
Can you reveal yourself, Rob, on Twitch? No, he can't. Okay. Can
no.
I
That
hear
was
you when
him.
you say no, I can't?
That was him.
They can't
I
hear
heard
me
him.
either unless I do this.
Oh, we heard
They
him.
can hear me
Didn't
now,
we
but
hear
they
him?
normally
Oh,
don't.
he called you cunts, by the way.
Yeah.
Just to let you know.
Oh, yeah, he said
Yeah,
you were...
he's a nice man.
Oh,
but
Rob.
he did-
Oh,
he
Rob.
did call
Don't
you-
say that.
He let himself down there. He let himself down by calling you a cunt.
Are you a tall man, Rob?
No.
No. Would you like to be?
Well,
Ah. Haven't
That
that
got
sounds
He-
like you can make it happen, Anna.
Well, we can in a way with CGI and stuff.
Crouching.
Yes.
CGI or crouching. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much. So, Michael, you got your thing Friday evening, 9 p.m. Anna,
Yeah.
you got your thing Saturday evening.
Saturday
10
at 10, and the podcast, which Margaret,
Podcast.
you're on again
Yeah.
on Wednesday. Margaret's back. on
lovely.
Wednesday. We tried to do it over phone. Over phone? Is that the
Over phone.
over
No,
phone?
that's definitely the phrase. That's
With
definitely
Steve
the phrase.
Evans. We got Steve Evans on it. Why did we do that? There's a great bit where,
He told us some amazing things.
you know, he was very good. There's a great bit where I don't know what happened, but he sort of does this sort of hideous scream.
Ben, just wrap this up.
Oh, fuck.
Wrap this.
Thank you, everybody.
Back on Wednesday. Danke, Jonathan. Yes.
We
Bye-bye.
love you. Danke, Jonathan.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Jonathan.
everyone.
Thank you, Jonathan.